Somerville.
The channel for games, guides and glitches. Somerville here with a guide for Somerville. I'll be showing you some glitches, tricks and skips to get this game done. I've included my deaths because I actually wanted this as a speedrun as well, because I am quite proud of everything. So this first part is just a cutscene, so sit back and enjoy. Alright, as the baby, walk over to the dog, push in A, and you'll hug him. That should have been an achievement. What's better than a game where you can pet the dog? A game where you can hug the dog. So you want to walk past the couch here, and the camera angle has to catch up to me a little bit, but I'm heading to the room that's lit. You can see the light coming from it. In here is some toys and stuff, but we want the thing on the bed or desk. Push A, grab it, and then take off with it. Once it unplugs, the light will come on. So we want to follow this way, straight ahead. A will be to interact with most things, so, you know, grab this with A and then pull back with the left stick, and that'll pop out the step that we can climb up with. So hit A on the step, and then A again to jump over the barricade. Now we want to pull out these drawers. I was going to call them steps. I mean, technically they are for this baby, but they're drawers. So you pull out the first one and then pull out the second one. Then you want to climb the first one. It can be a little finicky sometimes. As you'll watch here, I go to climb up and instead he falls down. I will be utilizing glitches for this speedrun and / guide for you guys. So we want to get up here and then hold A. This will skip the side scrolling part and we can just lift up the window with the left stick and get caught in the bin and have a cry about it. So here we're the main character now, and we want to get our first achievement, so go to this area here. You can actually open up the fridge. I'll open it for a second. So just be careful you don't open that. But we want to close the drawers. So close the top drawer, then close the bottom drawer, then close the window. And this will get us our first achievement. Now we want to open this door and head to the basement. We're going to do our first skip / glitch, and this is going to cut a huge chunk of the start off for us. So you want to get to about here and then hold in A. If you're in the right position, this will happen. Watch the left hand corner. Our kid and our dog and our wife just appeared out of nowhere. When the screen goes black, you can hold in LT. You'll hear the sound of me doing that. You have to hold in LT 3 different times. And if you do it, if you're preemptively holding it in, it will do it while the game's loading up. So you'll only have to do it 2 more times when the game fully loads, saving you a little bit of time. Right here. That was me using the power up. As you can see by my glowing arm. That's the second one. And then do it one more time. And he wakes up. I will be using the blue power up and the red power up occasionally just to help you guys see where I am, because the game can be a little dark and there is no brightness setting. So you want to hold in A over here and then pull it to the side and then grab the light and hold in LT. You'll notice we have a new ability thanks to this blue glowing arm. Push the door down and go over to the light on the right there. Grab the light and then LT the door while walking forward. You'll pretty much snap it out of place so you can use it as like a floodlight. Here you want to drop the lamp. I was having a little bit of trouble with it accepting the drop prompt. You just have to hit A to drop, and then interact with the chest of drawers, the dresser, and push A to push it over, then climb up and over, and we can go outside now, and we can push this gate open. There's no need to hold in A or anything. It'll just auto push you as you run into it. We want to go up to this electricity box, hold A and then LT. We'll be doing this constantly throughout the game, so I'm only going to say it a few times at the start here and just assume that you guys will remember later. The more difficult times I will mention it specifically though. So here we do have to hold A to interact with the gate, to take the clip off, and then we can push through. Using LT talks to those robot orb kind of things. Alien orbs maybe? I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, we want to head down to this open field and then head slightly down to the left. This thing in front of us isn't what we want to destroy. We want to destroy the one just a little bit in the distance. As you can see, these guys are heading to destroy this one until they realize I'm heading to this one, and thankfully they head straight to that one to destroy it for us. Now we can drop down and head back to the closer camera angle for you guys. The camera angle is fixed. I can't move it. So you want to climb up this and then climb over. For some reason he did a fake animation. Climbed over but didn't actually climb over. It was funny. Then you want to climb under this. There'll be a hay bale here. You have to interact with it with A and then move it upwards. This will free one of the robots. We have to find 10 of these, and I do show you all the locations throughout because even though this is a speed run, this is me getting every achievement in the speed run. So you want to head to the right here slightly when you get to here, so this way you don't go in the water, so that way you can continue running. You might accidentally dip into the water, but as long as you heat it a little bit, you'll be fine, and that won't slow you down. Because if you walk into the water, it slows you down a little bit. It's not a big deal, but figured I'd mention it. Now we want to drop down here. And once we go up through this section, we will be loading into the next section. So those purple lights, I'm going to talk about them preemptively because they're a bit annoying. When they do come, we have to hide. If they see us, they kill us. So we want to climb through this rock by sliding through with A. You need to step on these rocks. If you don't step on these rocks, the water gets deeper. So make sure you come across on the rocks. And then we can climb up. Drop down. And there's more robot friends slash aliens. But there's the purple light I was talking about. So we want to run away from it. Aim downwards. And there's a log that we've got to jump over, so hold in A, so when you get up to it, it'll auto do it. Run across the rocks specifically, so that way you don't land in the water and slow down. As you can see, I slowed down a little bit because I fell in. And we want to go to that hut there. Once inside, you'll be safe. Now, I do apologize for the brightness, but unfortunately there is no brightness setting in this game, so I can't adjust it to be lower or higher. In the cave sections it's too dark, these yellow sections it's too bright, but as soon as the light passes you, you can come out. Then we can climb over this fence. And then we have our first puzzle. So you want to grab this with A and then tilt it back with the left stick. Hold in LT to destroy this top part, and then push it back and destroy the rest. This saves you from getting crushed when you destroy the rest if you destroy the rest first. Now we can head through. Climb up, and then up again, and then up onto the tree trunk, and then we can walk across it. Right there in the background where the trunk has fallen down, or the tree, that we want to head into there. We can go under it. And this will be another robot for us. / alien. I've still not decided what to call them. They communicate, so I'm thinking more alien than robot. So we can head this way now. And we'll have our first semi-difficult puzzle for some people. Basically what we've got to do is pull the boat to us, then get onto the boat, well, to the side of the boat, and then carry it with us. It can be difficult if you are impatient. You can do it first go though if you're quick like I am. Basically when you get the boat, as soon as you can, drop down, come to the side, and you'll have enough time to grab the side here, and then you can go straight through. The shadow will protect you from the light of the boat, that's why we need it. And then you can just take the boat with you. I had tried doing it without moving the boat, leaving it tied where it was. I was able to get to the boat, but I was unable to get any further. The boat will sink after you've used it too. I left it a little early to see if it would. So now we've got these guys and we've got a well over here. So we want to turn this crank to get the bucket to come back up. And then we want to grab the bucket and we want to take it to that blue water that you saw them getting all happy over me bringing out. Then drop the bucket in it with A. And we can leave and go back to the crank, and then we can bring it closer to us as if we were pulling it out of the well. Pick it up and then take it over to the thing over here. Hopefully it drops enough goo so that they get interested. And their light will destroy it for us. Unfortunately for me, they were being a bit of jerks and taking their sweet time. And it's like, hurry up, I'm trying to run this game fast. It really slowed me down. And when I finally got through, the camera angle was playing a bit, because you can get stuck on certain things without being able to see what because of the camera angle. So if you do, just move left or right until you get out. It's probably my least favorite design puzzle, that one. If it hadn't been in it, the game would have been a little bit better in my opinion. So as you can see here, I'm holding in the blue light just to show you what you'll be looking for when I go into tunnels and stuff. So when we come out of here, we want to head to the gate right in the background, and our dog will join us as well. You have to open the gate, so don't forget to hit A to open the gate. And now we have to go up to the hill. You want to head to the right a little bit when you're climbing the hill, because the left side doesn't let you up as easy. So when we get to the top of the hill, there'll be a bench. You have to interact with the bench to sit down on it, and then we have to take a slight break, which is nice. It's good to take a break occasionally. Now I can get off the bench. I did try to pat the dog here, but unfortunately I was unable to pat the dog at this point in time because I didn't want to hear him cry. Sadly, I couldn't help him. But we can continue on now that we got our achievement. So now we're at, I'm going to call it a junkyard basically, even though it's not technically a junkyard, it's just a highway with a bunch of cars that have been more or less totaled in a pile up. Hold A to interact with the car and then pull it down. Here I had to move back because it glitched up and wouldn't let me climb onto the car, as you can see. So if that happens to you, just move back and then climb onto the car with A. Go around the door. If you close the door, you lose 5 points. Open this door and then climb through. Knock over the witch's hat for fun. And then we can go down here, or I should say up here, and then down here. The dog will bark. When we get far enough away, he'll do another bark, and that's when we turn around. That's the bark there, so now we can turn around. And that gets us here, boy. He's taking a longer route. So once we get through the water again, head to the right. And I'll try and angle the camera so you can see it. But there is a car here, and we want to hit A on the boot and open the boot. This will get us another alien. I've decided on calling them aliens from now on. Go around the box, and that will save you a little bit of time. Run through here. And then to the left where the car just went. Interact with the power box and hold in LT. Go into the hut. Now we can come out. And now we've got a little, I'm going to call it a skip. It's not really a glitch for this puzzle, and it's not a big skip, but it's still helpful nonetheless if you want to not do one thing. So we want to hit LT and go around these once we grab the light and the pole drops. This will untangle the light so that we can bring it over here and then use LT on this. Once we've done that, we can drop that light and grab this light here. Can be a little finicky, but once you've grabbed it, LT on this debris here. This is the way we need to get up. But before we go up, once it's all destroyed, come back to this location here. And if you angle yourself just right, you can push A to drop. And if you do it just right, you can actually keep the lamp like so. Right there. Then you can go around and you can grab the lamp, and then we can go, you'll have to break the pole by pulling on it, and then we can go and destroy this. If you can't do that, then you have to pull the lever and then walk across. That was just to save a bit of time. So for this puzzle, I'm going to hold in LT with my hand so you can see what I'm doing, but I'm going to be picking up some cables from this spot here. Hopefully you'll be able to see the shadow of them. And then you want to put them onto the car with A. And then you want to go and interact with the generator, and then we have to pull the string using the left stick 3 times. While holding in LT, that'll kill the field because the generator is powering the car now, and we can cross. You want to head down carefully because the purple light will show up. So we can walk through this purple light but not the bright parts. So head to the back here where I am and hug the wall. Then you want to hit A on the car and then walk across it. Make our way to the porta-john while we got time and get inside with A. Stay inside the porta-john while we take care of business. Now we can get out. Getting us another achievement, yay! We have another alien coming up. Just to our right here. Interact with this board and move it across. Then go in. Once he notices you, he looks at the cardboard cutout person and does something pretty funny. I'm not going to spoil it. Push this across and then go through. Make sure the light doesn't see you and keep into cover. Then once it changes, you can quickly go across. Now this spot here, we've got to wait for the first cycle, unfortunately. I've tried to not wait for the first cycle and it did not work. But once the first cycle hits, we can go across straight away. And we want to head to the line, the black line, that's right near the cardboard at our feet, right here. If you stop here, you'll be in the shadow, and then as soon as it passes again, we can head to the left, and we will make it to the generator. Now you can pull the generator 3 times. And once it passes, head inside to where the gates have now closed. Through this open door. Then hang out near this dumpster for the shadows. Once it's passed, make your way to the actual dumpster that we have to move out of the way. And then slide through. Here we have another puzzle, but it's relatively easy. It's just like the first puzzle, except we will only be doing the opposite and wrapping this actually around the tree to raise it higher. Hold in LT to destroy the thing so that we can walk around the tree like so to wrap the lights around it. And then you want to pull the Christmas lights up like so. Once they're up high, hold in LT to destroy the upper area. Then we can drop the item with A and we can go up the stairs. And as you can see, we can go through now. Here it was being a little bit temperamental. Now you do have to be careful, you can fall off this. It's been a bit temperamental not letting me climb up. But eventually it let me. You can fall off this and die, so do be careful. So we want to climb up this ladder here. Getting this next achievement actually helps us speed up a little bit too. So you want to hit an LT and then pull the lever. While keeping LT held in, keep a hold of the lever. Now we can let go and go back down the stairs. Or I should say ladder. You can see we don't have to interact with the power box. It destroyed it for us. So we can go across here. And we have another alien coming up soon. And we also have a glitch coming up soon. So we want to slide down this tent. And open this porta-john. Poor aliens got locked inside. Now we can head to this part here. Now normally you'd have to get the spaceship and it's a pretty long puzzle, but I've got a nice little glitch for everyone so that we can save a bit of time. So first we want to pull this to the middle here. Then we want to turn this on while holding an LT. This will light up the blue light. Then we can let go and grab that power supply and we can plug that into the camera. Then we can go to the left and we can use the light to destroy the area blocking us. Once that's been destroyed, we can head up on stage. Climb up to the door and open the door using the turnstile. Head through, and this is where we're going to do the glitch. We're going to head outside the map. Now the camera is a little bit finicky, so I'm going to hold in LT so that you can see where I am, but you want to head to the right here, and you want to hug it like so while heading left, and eventually it'll push you out the map like so. Right now I'm near the trucks, as you can see from the light. The camera does actually go to the trucks, so you want to walk forward and then slightly to the left. Having your light shows you where you are as well when it catches up to you, so we want to head to this location here, and this is where you can walk back into the map, so we don't have to go far, and that allows you to skip that entire puzzle. I did find these glitches and skips and tricks, so I hope they're helpful. As you can see, this part of the map hasn't loaded up, but it loads up when we go into it. I was quite interested to find out that's how the game works, and doing this glitch actually saves us having to do a chase scene, which is awesome. I was quite happy about that. So you want to push A on this, and then the red guy will show up out of nowhere, and we can let go of it. And he's going to lift up the gates for us, and we've got a bit of a slow section, unfortunately. So then using my blue light just so you can see where I am, because it's a little bit dark. Again, don't bother interacting with these, just wait for a big guy over here to lift them up for us. Be a power, would ya? Thanks, mate. Here he's gonna have a conversation, so just get comfy waiting. Alright, so now we're back. Watch where he's standing for this part. He stepped back. Trying to save me? I think he caused it. So you want to move your left stick so that way you can get up as fast as possible. Again, I'm using my blue light just so you can see where I am, because I know it's a bit tricky. So you want to go to the left here. And then we want to go to the right once we jump down here. I figure you can see me, so I turn the light off now, because we'll be climbing down this ladder, and I'll turn it back on when we climb down the ladder. So this part's actually fun. So we want to go up to this spot here, hold in A and lift it up off him, and then straight away interact with A. And we'll be doing the same thing like we did in the basement. We now have a new power, which is the red. It's RT to use that one. So you want to hug the wall like so, go to the next screens, and then we can jump down here. I'm using red just so you can see me in the blue mess. So we want to pull this, and this will drop us a flare that we can pick up, use the RT, and then release it. This is what this move does. It solidifies the blue. So we want to head back the way we came now. You can climb these fountains, waterfalls, by solidifying the waterfall and then hitting A to climb. You can still do the RT prompt on the waterfall like I was showing you. We want to head to the left here and then climb the ladder. Again, we want to head to the left. Using RT to solidify the stuff here so that we can climb the fountain. Then we want to go across here. We will be having an alien come up, so I will show you that one. And it is a little bit difficult to see, but we have to head down to this water. I advise putting LT on. Because it will instantly destroy the stuff. You want to dive down and left. As you can see. Keeping a hold of LT saves you a lot of trouble. There'll be some water up above. We want to go there to get some air and then come back down. You gotta go under this. Can be a little bit hard to see and get the angle right because the camera literally blocks you. But then we want to head up, and as you can see there's water right here. So we want to head left and then climb up here. So for this part, I'm not going to, because I'm speedrunning, destroy all of this. You can if you want, and I probably would recommend it, but there is a way to do this puzzle without destroying everything. As you can see, it's filling up the water, and we have to climb up and then follow the route to destroy all of it to make a pathway. But if you get to this point here and wait a little bit before you turn around, it'll create enough that when you solidify it right here and then keep solidifying, you'll be able to just climb up right here without having to do the whole thing. Then you can climb the ladder. And then we can head in the tunnel. This is where the alien I mentioned earlier is. Go in this little tunnel here. See where I've got the blue light? And you'll see him pop out. That's why I said this one's very hidden and very dark. And that's why I mentioned it way earlier. So that way you were ready for it. It's the one you could easily miss the most. So now our flare gets put out. Aww. So climb the ladder here. Ignore this ladder, it's a red herring. Go to the wall here and hug the wall instead. Look, I saved you. Climb onto the log and walk across. Then we want to hold in A and pull this, so that way we can go through. I've got my light on so you can see, but I'm going to use the red light just because I think it looks a bit better for this part. So we want to go up to the ladder in the distance there and climb the ladder. When you walk across, be careful not to fall off. This is another instance where if you fall off you can die. And you want to climb the ladder. Once you get up to the top, you want to head all the way to the end. Here you'll find another area that we've got to interact with and pull the board out. This will give us a minecart that we can grab and pull out. Now the minecarts are interesting. You can grab the front of them, you can grab the sides of them like so, and you can grab the back of them. For this instance, we want the back. Push the minecart into the water and jump in with it. I'm using the red light again just so you can see me because I figure it's a bit dark in the water. So there is water right here where we can get air and come out. I should say where we can surface. So here we want to climb up. And then we get to this crank here. We want to wind it all the way down and use the blue light. Then we want to use the red light to solidify it. And we want to wind it all the way up with our new platform. Once that's happened, we can let go of A and go across. Now with this minecart, don't push it in like so, pull it out. If you push it in, you'll block yourself. Gets very dark, as you can see. So this puzzle is difficult, and I have included, because it is the speed run, all my deaths. There are 4. 1 is deliberate for a glitch, and 3 are not intended. But basically we want to open that chest that you can see, grab the flare, and then hold LT. This will slowly destroy the stuff and make the water rise. Now this is the most difficult puzzle, because we're having to basically be out in the open. You have to climb up like so that we can make the water rise more, and there's a certain point we get up to where there's some rocks right here, and we have to try and destroy it without it hitting us. And right here I've solidified it, but I haven't destroyed it enough, so I destroy it again, and then I run away after solidifying it, and they claim it still hit me. I don't know how. So let's run that again. I actually would have included this death with this one anyway, because I wanted to show you guys it is actually difficult. It's something I practiced and I still died once. So let's run it again. Get up to this point, you gotta climb. And then climb again. And we get up to this point, destroy as much as we can, while trying to be careful not to get hit. Hold in RT, solidify it, and then quickly hide. RT. And as you can see, it missed me, thankfully. Now I can unsolidify it to get oxygen. And then this part here, you want to basically raise the water level, but stop about here and solidify it. Then move to the left and unsolidify, and then re-solidify. And keep doing that until eventually you pop out of the ground. Then you can climb up here, and we're going to get another alien. Now this one's really tricky to see. So the wall, you got to aim at the back. I'm at the front. You want to go to the back here, and then walk across. It's really hard to see. But just like that, we can walk in, and there he is. Hey buddy. So again, we got to walk onto that wall and walk across. So now we want to jump down. And then we've got another thing to climb, solidify it, and then hit A to climb. And while you're climbing, solidify if you need to. Then we want to head left. This is tricky to see, so I'm going to go to blue. But you got to climb up with A, and then in the distance here, you got to head left. And then you climb this with A. The ladder is not something you can climb, and then we want to head down here and through here. So we're at another puzzle, and this puzzle isn't that difficult, so we want to head to this. If you want light, you can turn on the light early, which is that bright thing that we just passed, but we don't need it just yet, so I don't want to turn it on yet. It saves time if we just head straight to the main part. So we want to climb up here, and there's a ladder we want to climb, and then to the right, once we climb the ladder, there's a window. It's hard to see, but you can pull off the plank. So hold in A at the window and pull the plank off. This will provide a little bit of light. Then go to the generator, and then we want to hold in LT, click on the generator and pull the generator. Once this stalactite drops, that's what I'm going to call it, even though it's not, that will raise the water level and we can leave. So slide, or climb down the ladder, because we can't slide. So the minecart we want to grab and pull it up to the top here. I thought having the side of it would be okay when we got to this point here, but it didn't react like it should have when I let go, which was odd, so I had to push it in that little bit more. So now that it's collecting that blue goo, go over to the light and turn that on. So now we can see a bit better, so we can go get our minecart back, grab the minecart, pull it back, stop here where the plug is. Now don't fully descend the plug, just a little bit, so that it's in the minecart. Yep, like so. Then you can let go with A, grab the light, hold in RT, and then release. This will solidify it. Now I wanted to see what would happen if I pulled it back the other way, because I've always gone only one way, and well, the game didn't like that, as you can see. So make sure you pull it backwards like so, but just be in front of it instead of behind it like me. And there you go. That'll open that door and solve this puzzle. Nice and simple. So we have another alien coming up, like very soon, so be aware not to go into the ladder on the left there, go straight. This little entrance in here houses an alien. Well, actually houses two, but one runs off. See? Left his body alone. So now we can interact with this ladder here, and we can leave this area. Once you can't move, you need to let go of your power if you're holding onto it. As you can see here, it won't let me progress until I did that. Turn on the light. Then interact with this switch. This will move the thing so that we can interact with this button, and then pull out the minecart, go around behind the minecart and push it onto it. The turnstile will then be, we'll be using the lever again to push it the other direction. It doesn't like you to be facing it, you have to face the side of it. And we get behind it, and then we can push it into its location here. Then we can climb the stairs and then climb on top of it. It's a little finicky because of the angle of the camera again, but once we get it, we can climb up and go through the circle. Now before you hit the button, head all the way to the left here and hit this switch. Then head back and hit the button. This will save us a little bit of time of having to hit the switch later. Grab the cart from this area and pull it into the next area, then get behind it. And then we want to push it down so it goes through the fence. follow it and then grab it, and we'll be pushing it through another fence. Now we can ignore it because we're going to do a glitch, so that will save us having to keep moving this thing and save us a little bit of time. So we want to not get in their line of sight because they will kill you. You want to wait just on the edge, and when he moves we can move, and we want to head to the ladder. You can go in that light and climb the ladder and you won't get caught. It's just when he's in the other angle that you won't. Now this ladder's a little bit more trickier to get to. I even have to use the light just so I can get onto it myself. But once you climb it and go up it, you have to wait for him to cycle back. Like so. Once he passes, climb up, and then head to your left. Now I will be dying, but this is so we can do a glitch. Don't die to this guy though. We want to head down here, and it's a little finicky to get down here, but we want to get down here and get shot by this guy, so walk into his light. When we load up, the minecart will be right here with us, and we didn't have to do any of the puzzle, so we can just push it to open the gate. Run as fast as you can straight ahead to the right, and then hide there. When he looks away, hold in RT, and then grab the light switch, pull it down, and then use the RT to zap him. This will freeze him in place. Now we can head to the elevator, push the button, and we have to wait for it to descend before we can open the door here. But there is a door right there that we have to open. Right where my blue light is. Once the light turns green, hold in A, and then you can open it. Hit the button inside the elevator, and then we can go up. There'll be another one that we have to hit. It's a little bit trickier. But once you open it, you'll be able to go through. So this is another spot where I died, but it was just a cheap shot by the AI because you have to stop for something, and in all my runs it's never done this. So you have to open up this door. So as I was opening up this door, as you can see, he cheap shotted. But it's fine. I still managed to do this game in 2 hours, so I'm happy. So we'll run that again. He fires and misses, open the door, climb through, and then we're safe to continue on. Now we have our last skip coming up. It doesn't skip this entire cutscene, unfortunately, but it does skip a good amount of it, so it's a win in my book still. So once we grab the log, hit start, and then reload last checkpoint. This will save us having to wait and watch the animation of him arriving on shore. We will load up already on shore. Like I said, it doesn't save a great deal of time, but it saves enough that it's worth it. As you can see, We've now loaded up in this checkpoint here. If you hit it too early, you will have to watch the waterfall cutscene again. I actually watched that cutscene quite a few times to get the timing just right. It's as soon as you're on that log that you do it. Basically, we just want to walk up to here, up to the top here, and then we're gonna have another loading screen because this section is done. See how good our dog was, they stayed with us. So here's the doggy, and I actually am going to pat him for staying with us and being a good boy. Good boy. He got us help when we passed out. He deserves a pat. I like games where you can pat the animals. But this game gets pluses because you can hug the dog as the baby. Not many games let you hug the animal. So you want to go around these boxes here. It's a bit hard to see, but we can go through here, as you can see. And we're heading to the 9th alien. Number 9. So we've only got one more after this guy. Woo! And then no more alien hunting. So grab this crate and move it to the side, or I'm not sure what you'd call it, and go through this door. There's a box here, you want to hit it with A. It walked up to me, so that was nice of it. And we freed it. Yay. You're free, buddy. I don't know what or how a box fell on you, but you're free now. And so we want to head to the right. Past this guy. Through these open doors and continue going to the right. Ignore this guy telling us off. So rude. Open these doors and go through them. Continue heading to the right. Well, at least they made it out safe, but they really shouldn't follow us. They should stay where they're safe. That's my opinion. What we've been doing is dangerous. So we want to wait here, and if you notice, I think our wife's a ghost. Because she just appeared in the basement and she's hollow, see? So if you go through just a little bit like so, you can hang around here and he won't close the door, and we don't actually have to do anything, it's just waiting. So I figured I'd move these curtains out of the way so you could see what was happening without actually going in, because if you go in too far, he closes the door. I don't want him to close the door on me. And I figured it would be cooler if I kept this sort of hidden for when you play the game, so that way you can see what the wife and the kid are actually doing. But I was trying to show you by moving the things, and I think I showed you pretty well. You get the gist of what's happening. And now that she's come out, we can go to the other elevator. Now we just want to walk inside into the basically those doors there. We will have to interact with them when we go up. It won't automatically open for us, unfortunately. So hit LA and then she will come over and then you can both open the door, and this will be the way to solve a few of the puzzles by teamwork. She will run ahead. And we will be in a semi-cutscene. Except the drink with A. Or pills, I'm not sure what they are, to be honest. Either way, it helps us keep going, so it's all good. Then we have to lift up this. I can't use my powers at the moment, so I do apologize for the next part because it will be dark, but there's not much I can do about it. But once we've walked down that aisle, we can go into the next. She will run ahead again. Then we can head left, and if you notice there's a flashlight on the ground for us. The wife picks it up, and now we're gonna have to do puzzle solving a very unique way. So when it lets you use LT, takes a little bit before it lets you. This will scare her, and then he tries to calm her down and tells her basically to hold his hand, and now it'll activate the light that the baby's holding. And then you want to interact with the door, and she'll interact with the other side, and then you can pull it open, and then you can go back to holding hands and holding LT. And this will be how we'll be solving a lot of the puzzles. It's a little bit slower walking while holding hands. I wish there had been a button to speed it up a bit. So we want to hold LT for this part so we can pre-destroy this structure in front of us. And we're coming up to the last robot, and this will get us the collectible achievement. All the aliens are our friends, yay! So once we get past this semi, you want to head to the right. Destroy this stuff to reveal the door, and then open the door. Head inside, and there he is. First contact. We made some new friends, yay! So here, when the wife shows up, we have to use LT on the bus. This will make a jack appear, and also the back will be free to be opened. So make sure you destroy all the stuff at the back first, and then the side. You want to use the jack 5 times. I thought it was 4, but it's actually 5. As you can see, I did 4 and it wouldn't let me go through, so I had to do 5. Then you want to go inside the boss. It's a little bit tricky because of the camera angle again. Then hold in A. That'll pull that lever so that your wife can come through. Interact with the shelving here, and she will help you lift it up. Using LT, destroy the stuff here so it fills the hole. And then we can use RT to solidify it and cross it. Make sure you're holding her hand when you do all these things, otherwise you won't be able to do them. Now we just want to head to the left there where the light is. Keep following this way until we get to a door. Then we're going to have a very challenging thing to do. So push this door open and then go back outside. When he goes away, go back inside. You may be holding her hand for a little bit, but she'll let go. I think she got stuck for me because she didn't follow me. But that's fine. You want to head the way I'm going. I can't use the light, unfortunately, but you want to head left here where the two mannequins are. And then right. And in between these two mannequins is where you got to walk. Be very careful not to knock them. It can be very difficult. I'm using ginger touches to go through, but once you get to the other side, you can then interact with the door. If you step on any of the glass shards, I couldn't show you because she didn't follow me and I didn't have any light, then you will get caught and killed. So you have to follow the specific path I was showing you. And then we have to run through this section now that we activated the store alarm. Head to the left here. Our wife survived without us once, you can do it again. Head up the stairs. See, I told you, I knew she could survive. Grab the bookcase and go back to the third poster and then push it forward. So smash the glass and we can go through. Jump down. And then we can run to the gate that we'll see up ahead. Interact with the gate. But what's this? It's locked. Oh no. Whatever will we do? Hold in the up button. So that way when he destroys the gate you can run straight through. And then the one without the light is you. Be very careful about this and try and zigzag to avoid their shots. Because there was a few times when I played this I thought that I was running straight, but I was running left or right because I was looking at the wrong person. Because they didn't give us the light. All you have to do now is push the bookshelf and climb these stairs. The stairs can be a little bit tricky because of the camera angle. The camera angle is a little bit annoying because it's fixed. But it's only for sections like these and certain puzzles where it could have been tweaked a little bit. It's hard to see where you're running. Climb the ladder. And when we get to the top, you want to run to the side of the church like so and just hang here. Climb onto the spaceship. Told you the wife was safer at the place she was. You should have known how dangerous it was. I mean, we've been fighting it for how long now? Now they're going to test us for some reason. So head over to the right, where I head. All you have to do is walk onto these and they will turn green. You don't have to activate them or anything. Then head down like so. And to the left. Then to this one. Then to this one here. And then to the one on the right. And then you want to head to the middle. I remembered where their placement was. Then you want to head to the left. Activate this switch and hold LT. Wait till it destroys it a little bit. And then let go, and then you can walk through and touch this one. And when you touch this one, stay where you are because another switch will show up. And you need to use LT on it to destroy it all. And then RT to solidify it or it grows back. So use LT and make sure it's completely destroyed. This will give you enough time to solidify it. Once it's completely destroyed like so, solidify it. And then you can climb on top of the solidification and interact with it. Then you want to move down here. And when it lets us, we can interact with it and go inside. This section I felt like it went on too long personally. Basically we've got to hold in LT, then RT, then LT and RT. So it's LT. And then once it's done enough, you can hold in RT. And then LT and RT. And you have to repeat that sequence. You'll know when it's done enough because you'll still be holding in the button and it'll not work. And basically you have to keep repeating the sequence over and over again. It gets faster, so it's not as slow, but I still feel like this took too long. Personally. Once it fades to black, we'll be loading into the new section, which will be a cutscene first. And here we load up back in the house. So we want to get off the couch and we're going to head to the basement. Grab the dog food. And then go to feed the doggy, but something happens and we drop the dog food. Not nice, he's hungry. Go outside, and look, it's lovely fireworks. Now we want to head back inside. Head into the basement. And there's the guy that we interacted with at the start of the game. Even though we could only see their finger. Once we interact with them, we'll be able to get up, unlike last time where we had to use the LT button. We still have to move that to the side though, and then use the light to destroy with LT. But this time we'll be going through this hole instead. For these sequences, we basically will be getting teleported to different variations of events that occurred. I was trying to think of the way to word it. Here I'm using my lights just so that you can see me, because it's a bit dark in the water. We can pop out here. Well, actually we can just get some oxygen, not actually pop out. And then we can dive back down. This is the area we destroyed earlier, if you remember. And that's that cage that we got caught in. Or I got caught in, I should say. But I didn't get caught in it the second time. So, yay. Now we want to surface. And if you'll notice, we're in a different area. This is where the red guy was. So we want to lift up this here. And then interact with him as quickly as possible. This will solidify the ground, and once again we can go to collect the flare. So head to the back here, climb up, climb on the walls. Jump down, interact with this again, and then we can grab the flare, and then this time you want to use LT. This will destroy the area and we can walk forward. We will be redoing this flare bit just because we're going to get one of our endings right here soon. So right here you want to solidify the ground. Then I want to use LT to get through this. Now turn off your power and do not use your power. I repeat, do not use your power. We just want to walk without our power. You'll see a seat in front of you and we want to sit down in it. This will get us our first ending of the game. There are 5 endings. There is a 6th, but it's an ending that devs don't even know about that I found. I'll record it and put it at the end of the video just for fun. And this gets you accepted the fate of the first offer, and we load up back near the flare, so pick up the flare, which I was having a little bit of trouble with, and use LT. I used solidify because my memory remembers to do that for the first time you're in that cave. And now we can go through with this puzzle again. And I can show you what happens if you don't solidify on the slides fast enough. So I solidified. And then I solidified again. But the game registered as a slide, so I got to slide for a little bit. I was able to stop myself though with another solidify. So I didn't go down too far at least. Then we hit LT and we can go through this section again. Now I can enjoy killing the couch with the blue thing so that we can progress. So when we get up to these things, you have to be careful to avoid the arms because they can make you move in the direction against. So on this first one, I like to head to the left a little bit to avoid the arm on the right there. But once we get up to the eye, interact with it with A and then hold in LT. You can preemptively hold in LT and then when it loads up, it'll start working. Then you'll get grabbed once you've held in LT long enough and sent to another place. So we want to head up to here once we've surfaced. You'll see our baby drop his light. And we can pick it up and then use it. Use LT to destroy this. So this next section can be a little bit tricky and I do die because the timing is very hard sometimes, but we want to hold in RT and when you see the cars coming, make sure you don't get touched by them, but you can solidify the car and it'll stop it in its tracks and cause a massive car crash, but we can then walk past. If you are in front of the cars, they can kill you and hit you. So as you can see right there, I almost got hit. I was able to solidify it. There is 3. And with all 3 solidified, you can go across. This is the part where I die, but luckily the checkpoint for the truck is very close by, so the truck's timing is a little bit harder to pinpoint because it comes at you very fast. And unfortunately my timing was slightly off. I did it too early. Second time's the charm. So once you solidify it, aim more towards where the car was and the slight middle of it. This way you're not hugging the walls and that way you can just walk straight through the center. We just have to walk through the tunnel now. You want to solidify this stuff? Here it was a little bit finicky, but you can climb up. It just, for some reason, was giving me some trouble. And again, you want to solidify. And then climb up. Then we can use LT to destroy. And then we again have to walk through away through the stuff to get to the end there, and then interact with the circle while holding in LT. This one has two, so once the moon turns away and it pulls away from you, we have to head to the right. And then once the kid turns on the light, we can then interact with it and hold in LT. So again, we have another section where we've been placed somewhere. So you just want to head to the right once you surface. This place might look slightly unfamiliar. But we have been here before, it's just we're only here in a cutscene. You want to interact with the stairs with A and then head upwards. This is that underground facility, as you can see, where that plane landed. You want to head to the right, and the person that's standing on that balcony, basically, is who we want to head over to. I'm preemptively locking in LT and RT because this is where you gain the ability to change to purple. And by preemptively holding it in, when it comes time to acquiring it, you will automatically activate the prompt. So once they put out their hand, we push A. Because we were preemptively holding it in, it activated immediately. This then destroys it. And so now what we have to do is LT until we see the orb in the memory or place. I'm not sure if it's a place frozen in time or a memory. Aliens have some weird tech, so it could be both. But you want to use LT when you interact with it to destroy the area, and then LT and RT to get the orb out of its location. So here I am holding an LT. Once I see the orb, I use LT and RT, and if it lifts up into the sky, then you're doing it correctly. If not, you'll have to hold in LT some more. But continuing to hold it in once it's in the sky, and it will blow up the device. We have to repeat this. Different sequences to a degree. So again, holding in LT, and then once we see the orb, LT and RT. If it lifts up into the sky, you're doing it right. And that destroys that one. So this one you want to preemptively hold in RT, and when he goes under the light, release it. This would knock him off his bike, and then you can hit LT. And we can push LT and RT. See, I didn't do it enough. This time I did. That's why I said there is a slight variation to him, but only this one. If you don't get him the first time when you hold in RT, you can always get him the second time he cycles the area. You have to wait till he's in the light though. Now we're up to the end game, so we can get the endings. So you want to climb up on the right, and then the left, and then straight ahead, and then follow it up. Figure you can see me now, so I turned off the power up. Once we get up to this group of people, you want to hold A, so you're holding hands. Then we'll be inputting a series of codes to talk to the aliens. This code in particular is the hardest one to input. I figured get that one out of the way. So wait till they finish their sequence every time, and then we push in blue, red, blue. They all respond. This is where we push in blue, 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 purple, purple, purple. Then wait for their response. This is where we input blue, 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 red, purple, purple, and wait for their response. This next code will be the harder one. It's 3 blues, a red, 2 purples, and then 3 reds. So input 3 blues, 1, 2, 3, a red, 1, and then 2 purples, 1, 2, then 3 reds, 1, 2, 3. And if all of that goes correctly, this will happen. Hardest code to input, so congratulations. Figured get the hardest one out of the way first. Now you want to restart from the checkpoint. This will load us up at the point where we can input the next code. As soon as the achievement pops. So holding A. And then we want to input blue, red, blue. Then from now on the code will be blue, blue, red. For some reason mine took a couple more entries than normal. But if that's the case, just stick with it. So blue, blue, red. Blue, red. Blue, blue, red. Once this house appears, you're good to get the ending now that we need. So you can let go of the other people's hands and we can head to the door of the house and go inside. Now we can restart from checkpoint again. As soon as the achievement pops, then we can import the next code. So you want to hit blue power, red power, blue power. Next response will be just 3 blues. Blue power, blue power, blue power. This will make an orb appear. So we want to let go of their hands and head towards this orb. There'll be a light on the left. We want to interact with that and hold in LT. One appears on the right and we want to hold in RT. Don't release RT, just hold it in when you interact with it. And one more shows up. This time we'll be holding in both LT and RT for purple. Again, don't release it, just hold it in. Again, restart from checkpoint, then we'll get our last ending and our last achievement. You want to hold in LT and RT for purple. And just keep that held in. And War of the Worlds, the last achievement. Congratulations, and congratulations on your 1000 G. If you want to see the secret ending, keep watching. If not, please remember to like and subscribe. Thank you. So I do have a disclaimer for this ending. Don't do it if you don't want to softlock your game. But this is the secret ending. I like to call it the protector. So you go in far enough, and then if you time it right, you can make your way back out. And look, our family is forever protected. Locked in the freezer, they'll never be able to come out. Well, it's time we go save the world without them. Well, they're protected.